Hi everyone! Yes, I'm back. Today on I See Melanie, I'm going to show you how to make my new favorite meal, weight loss soup. To give a more detailed description, it's actually a veggie, bean, and barley soup. I added this to my diet at the beginning of the year and it's helped me lose 16 pounds. When I told my friends about the wonders of the soup, they dubbed it weight loss soup and the name kind of stuck. So let's talk about the key ingredients. 2 heads of garlic minced up as finely as you can get it. Either chop it up with a knife or throw it in a food processor. I did the latter because it's easier that way. Half of an onion, so either a white, Spanish, or yellow onion, and chop it up. A bunch of green onions, so about 5 or 6 stalks, and chop them up too. Dry herbs, including 1 teaspoon of basil, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and 3 or 4 bay leaves. 1,500 milliliters or 50 ounces of broth. That works out to be about 1.5 boxes. I use chicken, but you can also use veggie broth to make this a vegan meal. A cup of pearl barley, thoroughly rinsed. A can of white kidney beans, so about 550 milliliters or 19 ounces. Wash the beans thoroughly, and if you have time, let them soak in cold water for about 30 minutes. I feel this helps release some of the gas and reduce the likelihood of bloating later on. Chopped parsley. I use half of a bunch that you get from the grocery store. Spinach, and I use a whole bag of cooking spinach. And pepper. I like Thai chili peppers, so I use 4 of them. You can use black pepper if you want though. And lemongrass. I chopped up 1 stalk of lemongrass. If your grocery store doesn't carry it, you can use a tablespoon of lemon juice or lemon zest. Now let's get cooking. Start with about 2 tablespoons of oil in the pot and set the stove to high. Use whatever oil you have in your kitchen, it doesn't really matter. I use sesame seed oil here. Reduce the heat to medium. Throw the garlic in and toss it about for about a minute. Add the onion half to the pot and roll it around until it gets a little translucent. Then add the dry basil and thyme and stir that for another 30 seconds or so. Now it's time to add half of the green onions and toss them around for another 30 seconds. Next, add all the broth and 1.5 cups of water. Time to add the barley. Throw the cover on and let the soup cook for about 10 minutes on medium. You can take this time to start cleaning up the kitchen counter. After the 10 minutes have passed, turn off the stove. The soup is super hot. I couldn't resist that joke. So it will cook the rest of the ingredients on its own. So the chili, the bay leaves, the lemongrass, the beans, the parsley, the other half of the green onions, and ripped up pieces of the spinach need to enter the pot. And really, it doesn't matter what order you put them in, just have some fun with it. You can go ahead and ladle a bowl up and eat it right away. If you plan on saving the rest of it for leftovers, put the cover on the pot and let it sit for an hour or so. This helps all the flavors come together and makes the taste of the weight loss soup even richer. Here are some little tips for this soup. Don't forget to fish out the bay leaves. I had to learn this the hard way, quite literally. If you know bay leaves, you know that they're very stiff and very sharp, and you don't want to accidentally swallow a piece of a bay leaf. As you might have noticed, I like to play it fast and loose when it comes to measuring ingredients. To tell you guys the truth, I actually found this recipe on Pinterest, but I had to modify it because the original recipe was just so bland and so boring and so unappetizing. I had to pretty much double, triple, or quadruple every ingredient that you saw me use here today. So unlike baking macaroons, making soup, cooking soup doesn't require much precision, so I say just go wild, add what you want, add as much or as little of the ingredients as you want. You know what you like, right? Here's the soup all pretty in its bowl. It really makes for a complete, filling meal. It has fiber, protein, veggies, like seriously, what else could you ask for in a soup? I love the fact that this soup freezes really, really well. I actually make 2 pots of the soup at one time because it's so much easier to prepare twice the ingredients at once instead of having to come back a few days later and do the whole process all over again. Just so you know, 1 pot will yield 7 servings, so by doubling the recipe, you'll get 14. As I mentioned at the beginning, I call this stuff weight loss soup because it helped me lose a good amount of weight, but it's my duty to also mention that it's only part of my regimen. I also do a ton of high intensity cardio and I lift weights, so ladies, never forget the weights. It's all about diet and exercise. Okay, I'm done talking. You guys try the weight loss soup for yourself and tell me what you think about it. Thanks for watching this I See Melanie video. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you're down with lentil soup, I have a video on that too. And I actually do bake macaroons. Check it out. Okay, bye guys.